Hey guys, what's going on? It's Cody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Real Broker video here. We just got the earnings release for Real Broker for the year of 2021 as well as quarter 4 of 2021. So we're going to look at their earnings release. We're going to talk a little bit about the company and the type of growth that we're seeing over here at the company and what we're actually seeing here into quarter 1, because we're now on March 18th. And so there's been a lot that's happened since the end of the year when this earnings release actually came out. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and discuss what's going on with the company. And yeah, let's talk about it. So the Real Brokerage Inc. announces fourth quarter and full year 2021 results. We achieved a 612% year-over-year revenue growth in quarter 4 to US $50 million and 635% year-over-year revenue growth in the fiscal year to 122 million. So this is pretty phenomenal that we saw that much growth. Now, obviously going from, let's say 20 million to 122 million is a very big accomplishment, but when you're really dealing with numbers that are year over year of, 3 digits, 635%, that's absolutely insane to see that much. And we do expect that number to come down as the company continues to increase, right? If they double from 122 to, let's say, 250, well, that's only about 100% increase. So the numbers can look a little bit bigger when you're going from a pretty small number, relatively speaking, to a very large number. All right, financial highlights. So we just talked about this here. Gross profit grew from 415% to 11 million in 2021 and increased to 4.1 million in the fourth quarter. The net operating loss was 11.7 million in 2021 compared to 3.6 from the prior year. Net operating loss for the quarter was 3.8 compared to a loss of 1.4. Adjusted EBITDA loss was 5.1 million in 2021 compared to 1.8 million in 2020. Adjusted EBITDA loss was 2.9 million for the quarter compared to 0.4 million in quarter 4 of 2020. So this is important information to look at, because what you're seeing here is that although revenue went up, gross profit went up, we did see a bigger EBITDA loss because the company is spending a lot more on acquisition. They're spending a lot more on growing for support and systems and hiring employees. So they are going to be operating at a loss for a while here as they continue to grow the company. Now, this is very common for tech companies and even other companies outside of the tech world to be operating at a loss for a number of years before they actually turn profitable. They do this because in the beginning, achieving growth is the most important thing. So this is not necessarily a concern that the EBITDA loss went up. I mean, 5.1 million is relatively small compared to some of these overall numbers. So I'm not worried about that at all. The losses as a percentage of revenue decreased to 10% compared to 22% in 2020. So this is actually a really good thing because for how much revenue is coming in, the losses are coming down from that as well. Cash flow from operations increased by 342% to 3.9 million compared to negative 1.6 million in 2020. And cash flow from operations increased to 1.6 million in quarter 4. So you can see here that for the entire year, we were at, let's just call it 4 million. But in quarter 4, we did almost half of that. So that's pretty insane. You can see how much growth actually happened in this in the last quarter. And I think that quarter 1 of this year is going to be even better. As of December 31st, Real had 38 million in cash and investments compared to 21 million. The company repurchased 12.6 million of common shares pursuant to its normal course issuer bid. So this is really good information as well. They're repurchasing shares to theoretically push the price up, or at least to create less supply in the market for their shares. And I believe I don't know if they're going to just burn those shares and get rid of them, or if they're going to hold them and actually pay them out as part of the stock purchase program that we have over here at Real, where you can get free stock for basically participating in the program, buying stock with a portion of your commission, and then they grant you bonus stock for free just for doing so. Quick note here. Let's see. Let's go down here to the operational highlights. So we surpassed 3,850 agents in December 2021, which is a 161% increase since December of the prior year. So we're currently sitting at 308. At the end of 2021, Real Broker was at 3,850 agents. If I bring this over here, you can see the type of growth that we had when we started the quarter or the last year. We were at 1,475 agents. When I joined the company in roughly February of 2021, we were sitting at about 1,700 agents, and more than doubled from there to get to 3,850 at the end of the quarter. And we're here in March 18th, and we're sitting roughly around 4,500 agents. So even since over the last 2.5 months, we've already added an additional, 150 plus let's call it 8,400, right? Or excuse me, 4,400. So that's an additional 550 agents added to the company in just the last two and a half months. So that's absolutely crazy. I think there's a really good chance we could end the year well over 8,000, which again would be another double up on agent count. The value of completed real estate transactions grew 648% to $4.4 billion in 2021 compared to $589 million in 2020. Revenue per agent grew 182% to $31.6 thousand in 2021 compared to 11.2%. The important thing I want to jump down here is the transactions per agent grew to 6.1, which was an 84% increase compared to 2.99 in 2020. This is really important information here because we're seeing transaction count go up per agent that we have within the company. This means we're attracting higher producing agents, which is good for the company. It's good for the branding. It's good for the revenue, the bottom line, all of that stuff. It's really important to, it's good to see that the average transaction count is up. We're now at 6.1, whereas the industry average is roughly about 4, for most agents. So we're above that, which is really good. I'd love to see this climb closer to 8 or 9. That'd be awesome if it could. I don't know if we'll get there, but that would be really cool because it really helps you all the way around. We added two new members to the management team. As of December 31st, Real offered real estate brokerages in 40 states, the District of Columbia, and Alberta, and Ontario, Canada. So I believe we're now in 42 states, quickly approaching probably getting into all 50 states, hopefully by the end of the year. Fingers crossed. That's the goal here. We're trying to get in all 50 by the end of the year. At least that's what I'd like to see. I shouldn't say that's what we're doing, but that's what management, I believe they're on that path to make it there. So hopefully we get there. If not, it'll be early next year. As of December 31st, Real's efficiency ratio, which I think is one of the most important things here in the company, and there's also something that we'll talk about in just a second that I think is going to really affect their bottom line. So this is really good stuff that nobody's thinking about or talking about. Their efficiency ratio, which is full-time employees compared to agents, was 1 employee per 62 agents. They want to have a long-term target of 1 employee to 75 agent. Real views this as a competitive advantage as the industry standard is a ratio of approximately 1 employee per 25 agents. So they're basically going out there and say, hey, we want to do 3 times as good on our efficiency ratio and have less employees, but still be able to provide the same level of service. And so far, I think they're doing a pretty good job at this. They're really close to that target of 1 employee per 75 agents. And I think they'll get there. And this is really going to help keep expenses low. And hopefully the value is there and continues to be provided. So the other thing that I also want to mention is that because of the way that the revenue program is set up, there's a lot of agents in the company who have not unlocked their additional tiers of revenue share. And the way that the revenue share program is set up is it's set up where if every single tier is unlocked, somebody could potentially get paid out a full $12,000 amount, where Real is not going to collect any money from that agent. They're only going to collect on the transaction fee. However, I'd say probably 95 to 98% of people do not have all their tiers unlocked and are not going to be eligible for that. So because of the way that it's set up, Real Broker, the corporate side of things, is going to collect more of that revenue, and it's going to show additional profitability compared to other brokerages out there. And I think this is going to be really good for the long-term investors, the long-term, for Wall Street when we get there, and also for employees and agents of the company. I think they're really going to benefit from this. So this is a super exciting time to be with the company. I just want to show you this one last graph here. Let me go ahead and make myself a little smaller again. So we saw 635% annual revenue growth in 2021 to 121.7 million. Year over year agent growth in Q4 to 3,850 agents, which you talked about. And now we're sitting at 42 states plus DC and 2 Canadian provinces. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up here on the video, subscribe to the channel. And if you're thinking about joining Real Broker, reach out to me. I'd love to chat with you and talk a little bit about what this company is, what we have to offer, and why I love being a part of this company. It's absolutely changed my life. I've been able to basically erase my cap and my split because of the revenue share income opportunity that I have. And I've also added an additional $36,000 in free stock options from just participating in the programs that they have. So this is additional stock that I got for literally just selling real estate and talking about the company. So I'd love to share that information with you and show you a little bit about why this company is great. It's not going to be a fit for everybody, but if you are considering making a move, I would love to chat with you about it because it's changed my life and I want it to change yours as well. So my information is in the description box below. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.